The BlackRock spot Bitcoin ETF ruling is expected to be made today, alongside with all of these other spot Bitcoin ETFs, which will also be made today. This will probably have a massive effect on towards the market, so we need to be talking about this exactly. Because, well, as you may already know, Grayscale of course won against the SEC in this lawsuit. We exactly predicted this just a few hours before, and thus we also predicted exactly this whole pump towards the upside. And because of this recent win from Grayscale, actually for the whole crypto space, well, the odds have pretty much shifted, and right now it will be way more likely that this spot Bitcoin ETF will actually get accepted. So yeah, perfectly got bullish right here, and perfectly once again flipped a bearish right here once again yesterday. So am I still going to be bearish right here, or do I think we can be seeing a further pump towards the upside? Well, it is going to be very simple for me, because basically the SEC right now has three options. Either they can approve the spot Bitcoin ETF, they can delay it, or they can decline it with a good reason. But because they don't really have a good reason, which is what we saw exactly with this Grayscale lawsuit, well, declining it with the current reason they are having is not really still an option for them. So they can really only approve it right now, or just delay it until the future. And usually around with every single ETF application, we can be seeing that the SEC will just be delaying all of the decisions until the final deadline. So this is what the whole market is right now expecting, and in my opinion that will also just be happening. So in my opinion, I do think it will be very likely we will just see a delay happening on this decision. Okay, so that will not be very exciting. And guys, in yesterday's video, of course, I was flipping quite bearish. I was having a look in towards this chart right here, and I was talking about that Bitcoin is going to be very likely repeating the XRP price structure. So because there are right now two scenarios, in my opinion, well, if it is going to get accepted, these ETFs, well, then we are going to be seeing a massive pump. I think in that case, well, we are going to be breaking above these previous highs right here. But as we all know already, that is not going to be a very likely scenario. And if we are going to be seeing that this decision will just get delayed, well, then it is going to be actually pretty bearish still for the Bitcoin market. And then definitely, I do think this scenario will be further developed, and we are just going to be seeing another dump being created towards the downside. And finally, next week, we are going to be retracing back in towards these levels right here. So pretty unfortunate if you ask me. That is not really exciting, but do keep in mind that pretty much everyone was actually flipping bullish at these tops right here. Of course, this is quite a big win that we did saw with Grayscale, but literally everyone was flipping bullish right here. That was what got me bearish. At the same time, of course, we were still trading inside of this downtrend, and we were also having a rejection from of this very important moving average. So yeah, was this the right call that I made right here? Well, I definitely do think a scenario like this could still be playing out, and literally since the beginning I have been calling for some kind of a scenario like this, where on the daily time frame we are going to be creating a double bottom and a bullish divergence, and then we can be bouncing off towards the upside and blasting off. So yeah, the question remains when this spot Bitcoin ETF is going to be coming, and not if it is going to be coming. And another thing is that some people might think that of course the deadline is going to be this Saturday. But what we usually do know is that this kind of news usually doesn't get released during the weekends, and neither on Friday really. So probably most likely it is going to be getting released today, because usually around they don't want a lot of volatility during the weekend, because of course the CME futures are not trading at that moment. So that is why usually around this type of news will not get released at the end of this week, and that is why I'm thinking it is expected to be made today. Now definitely if it will not be made today, it will definitely be made tomorrow, because we can be seeing that this Bitwise spot Bitcoin ETF, the first deadline will be actually already tomorrow, and pretty likely all of the decisions will be made at the exact same time. Now yeah, the Bitcoin dominance is right now exactly also bouncing from of this previous resistance that is right now turning into support. We are getting our bounce, which we did expect. And guys, if you do want to be staying up to date about every single market development, be sure to be following me on Twitter. And guys, I'll see you in another update video tomorrow morning.